In the vast expanse where time itself had yet to take form, chaos reigned supreme. From this primordial disorder, elements started to organize themselves, birthing the first shapes of the cosmos. It was a time when the earth was young, and the skies a boundless expanse of potential. Within this emerging order, there arose the Titans, ancient beings born out of the union of Uranus, the sky, and Gaia, the earth. Among these formidable entities were the parents of Hestia, Kronos, and Rhea, whose destinies were entwined with both absolute power and unsettling prophecy. Kronos, crowned leader of the Titans, was consumed by a singular fear. The prophecy foretold that he would be overthrown by one of his own offspring. This fear took root deeply in his being, twisting his actions with desperation. As each child was born to Rhea, his wife, he would ensure they could not rise against him by swallowing them whole. Born of this fearful union were Hestia and her siblings, sent into darkness the very moment they took their first breath. Yet, in the depths of Kronos' tyranny, these divine children remained unharmed, their lives entwined within him, waiting for the day they would emerge anew. Rhea, the motherly figure of strength and sorrow, mourned for her swallowed children. She yearned to hold them, to let them grow free and powerful. Her heart ached for the loss, but alongside her grief, there was a flicker of hope, not simply for retribution, but for restoration. When Hestia was first swallowed, a profound emptiness settled into Rhea's soul, but it sharpened her resolve. Her maternal instincts took shape as a bold resolve, one that would catalyze the liberation of her children and overturn the tyrannical cycle. In this grim era, there came the birth of Zeus, the youngest of Rhea's children. Unlike his siblings, Zeus was born under clandestine circumstances, away from his father's watchful eyes. Rhea, driven by a blend of desperation and love, devised a plan. With the aid of Gaia, she concealed Zeus in a hidden cave on the island of Crete, where he would be nurtured and grow in strength. However, to ensure Kronos remained unaware, Rhea presented him with a stone swathed in infant wrappings. In his unrelenting fear, Kronos swallowed the stone without a second thought, believing he had thwarted the prophecy once more. The years that followed saw Zeus maturing in both strength and wisdom, apart from the haunting shadows of his father's actions. Rhea, visiting him discreetly, instilled in him tales of his siblings, hidden and trapped within Kronos, fueling his sense of justice and familial love. She nurtured hopes of a future where all her children would be united, without fear or oppression. The quiet rebellion that Rhea planted in Zeus flourished, setting the stage for the unfolding of destiny. Thus, the seeds of change were sown, even as the cosmos seemed tranquil. Hestia, the gentle yet steadfast goddess, lay in darkness, unknowingly awaiting liberation. Wrapped in her warmth and resolve, she epitomized the eternal flame, quiet but vital. Each child held within Kronos carried potential, but it was Hestia's resilience and innate yearning for harmony that underscored her eventual role as keeper of the hearth, a silent force promising unity between both mortals and gods. While the heavens shifted subtly with time's passage and new immortals arrived, a silent promise was carried in the undercurrents of these events, a promise of rebirth and renewal amidst the ancient calm. Rhea's clever ploy set in motion a chain of events that promised change and unity, waiting only for the right moment to bring them to light. This serene yet foundational shift would be the whisper of a new dawn, a time when Zeus would rise, challenging the stars to align with a different fate. In the sheltering caves of Crete, Zeus matured, nurtured in secrecy and strength under the vigilant eyes of nymphs and the nurturing presence of his grandmother, Gaia. There, he learned of his lineage and the sorrowful fate of his siblings, swallowed by the fearful Kronos. As the gentle waves of time smoothed the shores of his youth, Zeus crafted his purpose, a quiet determination building within him. The echoes of his mother's pain compelled him to seek justice, to free his brothers and sisters from their timeless prison within their father. Guided by the insight of Metis, the wise goddess of cunning, Zeus conceived a plan to outwit Kronos and restore balance to the cosmos. Metis, who favored intelligence over might, entrusted Zeus with a potent concoction, a blend of cunning and herbaceous essence that could force Kronos to disgorge his hostages. The weight of destiny ripe upon his shoulders, Zeus traveled back to confront his father, carrying the hopes of his family within him. As dawn broke softly over Mount Olympus, Zeus found his moment. With a resolve steady and unyielding, he approached Kronos, masked within the shadows of his father's fortress. Offering the potion as ambrosia, Zeus watched patiently as Kronos, unsuspecting, consumed the draught. The powerful mixture worked swiftly, and the ancient god was seized by convulsions that forced him to relinquish his grasp on the swallowed gods. Emerging first, Hestia tumbled free, her presence radiating a quiet strength and warmth. Her gentle demeanor gave assurance to her siblings as they followed, spilling forth into the light of Olympus. Reunited at last, the bonds of family reforged. Hestia's nurturing spirit enveloped them, knitting the threads that Kronos had sought to sever. Each sibling, reborn into the dawn of a new era, found solidarity in Hestia's unyielding embrace, her unwavering resolve a cornerstone upon which their unity rested. With the family whole once more, the gods conspired to lay siege upon the rule of the Titans. Led by Zeus, their spirits surged with a newfound hope, each sibling propelled by the promise of a future untainted by fear. The stormy skies mirrored their charged determination as they gathered on the peaks of Olympus, a divine force poised on the brink of rebirth. With Hestia at their side, offering her calm support, the family moved as one. As the Titanomachy began, the currents of chaos roiled through the cosmos. Thunder and flame clashed upon the heavens, while the earth itself trembled beneath the weight of the gods' struggle. Zeus, with Hestia's nurturing flame ever burning at his side, galvanized divine forces for the great battle ahead. Fueled by the zeal to restore harmony and to reclaim their rightful place, the gods stood undaunted against the monstrous might of the Titans. Within the thunderous roar of conflict, Hestia shone brightly, an anchor of serenity amidst the tempest. Her presence infused the battleground with her gentle assurance, a reminder that the turmoil would give way to peace. As Zeus marshaled his allied forces with newfound leadership, the fighting intensified. Yet through every furious clash, Hestia's quiet determination held firm, bolstering her siblings with resolve, as her invisible threads wove through the folds of their resistance. The conflict culminated in a divine crescendo as Zeus unleashed the full breadth of his power. Thunderous bolts cast down upon his adversaries with unrelenting fury. Under his strategic command, the rebel gods, supported by Hestia's unyielding spirit, began to turn the tide of battle. Together they channeled their combined strength into a final, decisive push, breaking the chains of the Titans' dominion over Olympus. As the dust of battle began to settle, the heavens rang with the promise of a new order. The steep perches of Olympus now belonged to the gods, guided from the darkness of strife into the light by Hestia's enduring dedication. The world, though scarred by the clash of titans, resonated with the soothing promise of renewal, shepherded by the flame of unity that she bore. In the echoes of the battle's conclusion, Zeus stood triumphant yet humbled, his siblings gathered close upon the victorious mount. The storm clouds parted, revealing a landscape forever changed by their unity and resolution. With their roles defined anew, there emerged a sense of peace among them, an understanding that despite the tempestuous journey, they had emerged as a family, whole and unwavering, bound by Hestia's invisible threads. The gods then convened to discuss the dawn of this new era, their voices mingling with the gentle caress of a prevailing breeze. The Titanomachy had taught them the value of kinship, of the strength that comes from bonds held by more than blood. And in the center of it all, Hestia's presence was a constant ember, promising warmth and comfort as they endeavored to sustain the harmony they had fought to attain. In the aftermath of the Titanomachy, a time of peace began to settle over the realms of Olympus. The air was not filled with the tension of war, but with a serene calmness as the gods assembled to recognize their newfound freedom. Order slowly re-established itself among the divine, mirroring the balance they had fought desperately to reclaim. At the heart of this re-emergence stood Hestia, her unwavering commitment to peace and unity radiating like the sacred flame she vowed to maintain. Hestia's choice to guard the divine hearth was a pivotal moment, a decision that would define her presence among the gods. As the Olympians gathered to determine their roles and responsibilities in this new era, Hestia, with a quiet resoluteness, chose to forego grandiose aspirations that others might seek in favor of, keeping the sacred hearth burning. Her commitment was a source of solace for the divine assembly, providing a focal point of stability. The flame she tended became an eternal symbol of peace and a haven for all who sought its warmth. As the gods settled into their domains and embraced their newfound roles, Hestia's choice began to reveal its profound significance. The sacred flame under her zealous watch served as a constant reminder of unity and familial strength, binding both the divine and mortal worlds. Hestia's dedication to the hearth was not merely ceremonial. It was a sacred trust and an act of devotion that underpinned the very fabric of Olympus. In time, Poseidon and Apollo came forward, each wishing to win Hestia's favor. Their desires were potent and earnest, with Poseidon presenting the vastness of the sea and Apollo offering the brilliance of music and prophecy. Yet Hestia, firm in her resolve and understanding her own heart, gently declined their advances. She knew her place was beside the flame, not in the tempestuous realm of the sea or the celestial halls of prophecy. Her decision to remain unattached signified a chosen path of eternal maidenhood, a vow to serve a greater purpose. Zeus, recognizing the quiet power in Hestia's choice, praised her unwavering dedication. Her constancy brought balance to the immortals, and her vow empowered others to respect her autonomy. An appreciation echoed throughout Olympus. In times of conflict or celebration, Hestia's hearth was the gathering point, a sanctuary where differences dissolved and harmony prevailed. Even in the absence of spoken words, her presence spoke volumes. Hestia's decision to maintain the hearth extended beyond the divine realm and mirrored its influence across the mortal world. Her perpetual dedication to the flame was acknowledged through sacrifices and rituals conducted at each hearth, from grand household feasts to modest gatherings. In many ways, Hestia's flame was the bridge between Olympus and the homes of ancient Greece, linking the everyday lives of mortals to the eternal existence of the gods. Thus, Hestia's hearth became more than just a place. It was the perfect embodiment of order and peace. Entrusted with the elemental force of fire, she safeguarded not just the warmth of the abode, but also the warmth of unity and family. Her heart, gentle and steadfast, was one with the flame that flickered but never wavered, symbolizing a constant comfort amid the changing tides of destiny. With every god now settled into their ordained roles, the influence of Hestia's decision extended far beyond just maintaining a physical flame. It represented a choice of infinite depth, diverging from paths of power and prestige to favor tranquility and introspection, a testament to the strength found in humility and quiet service. Her hearth was a place for all, offering solace and a gentle light that guided the paths of gods and mortals alike. As Hestia stoked the flames that cast soft, long shadows across Olympus, Her mind was clear, serene, and focused. Her commitment was an unyielding beacon amidst the uncertainties each god faced in their domains. Her choice, supported by her own desires and the praise of Zeus, stood firm, a testament to her immense strength and the heart of unity she tirelessly preserved. Hestia's presence was a tranquil influence amongst the gods on Olympus. In the sacred hall where the divine council convened, her innate calmness helped maintain a serene atmosphere, much needed after the chaos that had previously ensued. Her gentle, unobtrusive demeanor and unyielding dedication to keeping the hearth's flame alight offered a steadying hand in the celestial realm. When disputes arose, as they often did among the fiery personalities of the gods, Hestia's soothing aura curbed the potential for discord, ensuring tensions were diffused before they could escalate. Zeus, the mighty king, often sought Hestia's counsel, her wisdom having guided him through many challenging decisions. Despite his formidable power and authority, Zeus valued the insights of his eldest sister. Hestia's advice helped him govern the divine realm with a more balanced and insightful approach. She listened intently, her perspective grounded in patience and foresight, and her influence gently guided the course of their conversations towards resolutions that would preserve harmony among them. Rhea, who had borne the weight of Kronos' tyranny, found solace in Hestia's wisdom and harmony. The nurturing goddess praised her daughter for her dedication, recognizing how Hestia's quiet strength upheld the decisions and roles within the family. Hestia was, in many respects, the embodiment of what Rhea wished for all her children to understand. That true power lay not in dominance, but in the unity of purpose and peace. In the afterglow of battles fought and ordeals overcome, Hestia's role provided the comfort and stability that ensured their legacy endured. Gathering at Hestia's hearth had become a tradition among the gods. They found peace in the shared warmth, a reminder that their first allegiance was to family and unity. The ever-burning flame was central to these gatherings, a beacon of their collective spirit and shared history. During these times, the gods were reminded of their shared stories, triumphs, and tribulations, and the circle of thrones encircling the hearth was more than just a configuration. It was a symbol of their perennial bond. Hestia's role as mediator was one of subtlety and profound effect. When disputes arose between gods, she was the silent arbiter, her presence alone often enough to calm the most tumultuous tempers. Her ability to mediate without seeming to intervene directly showcased the unique strength she brought to Olympus, one that sought not to overpower, but to gently steer towards reconciliation. Her approach fostered an environment where divine conflicts could find resolution without resort to battles of power and might. In moments of divine disagreements, Hestia's steady hand provided balance. She remained impartial yet encouraging, her presence allowing the others to express their grievances openly, knowing that a fair conclusion would be reached. These times reaffirmed her role as the backbone of the divine family, teaching patience and understanding as key tenets of their gatherings. Her wisdom crafted paths forward where others often only saw obstacles, a testament to her enduring legacy. Even the formidable Zeus leaned on Hestia's support during challenging moments of his governance. Her support was unfaltering, always available as a guiding light in times of uncertainty. Zeus learned to appreciate the gentler, subtler strengths, recognizing in Hestia a kind of power that was different from the force of thunder and lightning, yet equally indispensable in its quiet way of shaping the divine world and securing its continuity. Recognition of Hestia's efforts was a recurrent theme in divine gatherings. Unlike her siblings, whose talents were marked with grand displays and dramatic flair, Hestia's contributions were quietly acknowledged, yet deeply respected. Her steadfast presence ensured the gods recalled their shared commitments, an anchor amidst celestial currents that could often pull them apart. Hestia's role was revered not only for what it accomplished outright, but for the lasting imprint it left on the hearts and decisions of her divine family. The influence of Hestia's hearth extended beyond the divine, weaving its calming presence into the lives of mortals. Unseen but ever present, her presence in their homes became a representation of peace and unity, a spiritual flame that warmed and united families under its gentle glow. In this sacred pact, both divine and mortal realms found a shared understanding of connection and home, the nurturing embrace of Hestia's eternal flame. As the divine realm embraced the warmth of Hestia's hearth, this serenity began to make its way into the lives of mortals across ancient Greece. The omnipresent flame of Hestia came to symbolize unity and constancy in every household, much like it did on Olympus. The goddess's influence extended far beyond the divine halls, touching the hearts of families who gathered around their own hearths each evening, mirroring the divine gatherings of the gods. In these homes, the hearth was not merely a source of heat or a place to cook. It was the sacred center around which family life revolved. Families gathered, stories were shared, and meals were enjoyed, each flame kindled in Hestia's honor. Rites and rituals were performed to celebrate the goddess's blessings, solidifying her presence in the mundane yet significant rituals of daily life. The lighting of the hearth fire was a ritual of profound significance. It was the first chore at dawn, as the flame was seen as Hestia's watchful eye over the family. Throughout generations, households would mark significant life events with the sacred rite of a newly lit hearth, signifying, among other things, the start of new chapters or the celebration of new chapters. Beginnings within the family. Each home became a small sanctuary under Hestia's gentle supervision, where peace and tranquility could flourish. Moreover, the influence of Hestia extended into civic life as well. It was common practice for cities to have a communal hearth in the Prytaneum, the town hall, where an eternal flame would be kept burning in her honor. This flame served as a symbol of the community's cohesion and shared identity, a focal point for collective gatherings and celebrations. Thus, the principles of unity and stability embodied by Hestia's ever-burning flame permeated the very fabric of public life. Prosperity and peace were considered gifts from Hestia to those households and communities that upheld and honored the sacredness of the hearth. It was said that homes warmed by her flame were sheltered from discord and strife. Her blessings were both subtle and profound, ensuring that prosperity was felt in the harmonious relationships and peaceful interactions among family members and neighbors. In the priestly duties performed across cities, Hestia's flame was tended with utmost care. Priests ensured that her presence remained strong, conducting ceremonies and maintaining altars dedicated to her worship. These altars and temples, adorned with offerings, served as places of meditation and devotion, where citizens could connect with the calming presence of Hestia. It was through these spaces that the omnipresence of her warmth could be felt, binding communities together in a shared reverence. Temples and altars erected for Hestia had a serene simplicity to them, reflecting the goddess's nurturing nature. They provided a tranquil escape from the hubbub of city life, where one could come and reflect, seeking solace in thoughts and prayers. The simple act of lighting candles or adding incense to her altar was a reminder of her quiet strength and enduring influence over both the divine and mortal worlds. The hearth, with Hestia's encouragement, became not just a physical entity, but an embodiment of sanctity within the mortal realm. Its glow was a gentle assurance that peace and comfort were always within reach. Families, drifting off into peaceful slumber each night, knew that the goddess's presence was with them, woven into the essence of their homes. Thus, as each hearth continued to flicker with life, Hestia's invisible threads wove an intricate web of unity and stability, ensuring the divine warmth of Olympus reached even the furthest corners of the mortal world. Even as time passed, the legacy of Hestia remained steadfast, mirroring her dedication as the gentle keeper of both divine and mortal flames. In the realm of ancient Greece, where the divine and mortal worlds often intertwined, festivals dedicated to Hestia emerged as beautiful and poignant traditions. Each year, communities would come together to rejoice in the serenity and warmth that Hestia symbolized. These were not mere gatherings, they were profound celebrations of peace, unity, and gratitude for the goddess who quietly held the universe of hearth and home together. As the people lit lamps and candles, an intricate dance of lights would illuminate the agora, creating a cosmic reflection of the stars above, all in homage to Hestia's ever-gentle presence. The festivals were characterized by rituals centered around the sacred fire, believed to be Hestia's earthly embodiment. From dawn till dusk, caretakers diligently attended to the flames, ensuring they burned brightly and steadily, a symbol of the goddess's unwavering watchfulness. Over time, these rituals cultivated a culture of respect and reverence. Children watched wide-eyed as elders carefully fed kindling into the fire, a sacred choreography passed down through generations. In this quiet observance, Hestia's tranquility enveloped all, a gentle reminder of divine protection over both hearth and home. Communal feasts were a cherished highlight of these festivals, creating opportunities for families and friends to gather in Hestia's honor. Tables adorned with offerings of bread and wine stretched across the festival grounds, inviting all to partake in the abundance provided by the goddess of the hearth. In the laughter shared and the stories retold, a sense of community solidarity was reinforced. Under the watchful eyes of Hestia, the discord dissipated, giving way to peace and togetherness. In these moments, it was as if the entirety of society was embraced by Hestia's nurturing arms, warmed by the glow of shared experience and mutual respect. Particularly earnest in their devotion were young women, who dedicated quiet moments in meditation to Hestia during the festivals. Seeking guidance and wisdom from the goddess, they would offer prayers silently, asking for blessings on their homes and families. These meditative practices were often accompanied by the weaving of garlands or the crafting of tokens, later preserved as symbols of Hestia's lasting impact. In the busy world of mortals, these moments became a sanctuary of contemplation and inner peace, much like the hearth itself. Through these practices, young women found Hestia's presence a stabilizing force, a reminder to nurture their own inner flames of tranquility. Poets and bards played their vital role by crafting verses that sang praises of Hestia's virtues, ensuring her legend circulated far and wide. Their words depicted the goddess as a gentle guardian of the home and a steadfast protector of familial bonds. Every rhythm and rhyme gifted the audience a glimpse into the serene deity's world, illustrating how Hestia, though unobtrusive, wielded great power through harmony. With each recitation, spectators were transported to a space where divine warmth permeated the air, kindling within them an enduring appreciation for Hestia's grace and constancy. As each city-state held its distinctive festivals for Hestia, unique traditions blossomed, each adding a personalized tribute to the goddess's influence. In some locales, processions filled with adornments of flowers and diarrhea bearing Hestia's symbols wound through the streets, merging the entire community in joyous celebration. Cities became tapestries of vibrant merriment, as citizens paid homage in inventive ways, from choreographed dances that mimicked the flicker of her sacred flames to theatrical performances that chronicled her myths. These festivities not only demonstrated the diversity of devotion, but enhanced the collective joy and unity that Hestia inspired across the realms. Throughout the heart of the festivals stood the grand temples, sites of profound reverence and worship. Contributions of all kinds, from modest tokens to grand offerings, piled up at temple altars, each a tangible sign of veneration and gratitude to Hestia. These temples were filled with music, song, and the intoxicating aroma of incense, creating an atmosphere where the veil between mortal and divine thin. Here, participants felt enveloped by Hestia's eternal embrace, assured of her protective warmth and gentle guidance long after the festival had concluded. As the festivities drew to a close, the sense of communion persisted. Bonds forged and reinforced under Hestia's auspices continued to flourish long after the festival lights dimmed. In this collective celebration, Hestia's invisible threads wove through the lives of all who gathered, an enduring testament to a goddess who, though often quiet, held immeasurable influence through her calm constancy. The eternal flame of Hestia, blazing ever brightly upon her sacred hearth, embodies an emblem of peace and stability for both the divine and mortal realms. Rooted in the hearth of divine halls and homes alike, this everlasting fire is said to ward against chaos and strife. In the lore passed through generations, it stands as a stoic sentinel, symbolizing the unwavering structure of family and community. The omnipresent warmth from Hestia's flame is a testament to tranquility, providing a serene comfort amidst the tempestuous forces often surging in mythology. Artists of old found inspiration in Hestia's flame, portraying it as a mighty shield against the discord that threatened from every corner. These representations of Hestia's sacred fire appear in countless mosaics and carvings, where they bespeak the formidable power of quiet resilience. Tales echoing from those eras describe situations saved from turmoil, crediting the mere presence of Hestia's flame as a calming influence. Such images not only capture the eye, but deeply embed a sense of hope, portraying trials greater than dimensions of art or the sculptures wherein they are chiseled. In the corridors of diplomacy, Hestia's flame offers a conciliatory spirit. Embassies that house her eternal light find themselves blessed with a semblance of peace, smoothing volatile negotiations and fostering harmony among nations. Negotiators, with softened deportment in the presence of this venerable symbol, are believed to wield it as a silent arbiter, subtly aligning even the most contentious disputes towards resolution. This alludes to a tradition where the sacred flame aids in tempering tempests, underscoring its power as more than mere light, but a beacon guiding conflict to peaceful resolution. In celebrations of life's unity, such as matrimonial ceremonies, Hestia's flame holds significant place. The enduring spirit of her heart signifies undying love and commitment, a suitable blessing during nuptial rites. As the glow embraces newlyweds, so it promisingly illuminates their way forward together. It is a symbol of enduring bonds, the eternal constancy of the flame parallel to sacred vows, reinforcing the foundation of family and continuity in life's journey. Children, gathered beneath gentle flickers of her eternal flame, narrate stories steeped in its light. These tales, woven around nights spent by the hearth, recount its enduring protection and warmth against life's unpredictable storms. In such idyllic moments, the flame becomes a focal point for tales of gods and heroes, its burning presence and encouragement during lengthy nights. This tradition of storytelling preserves wisdom through the ages, ensuring the flame's lessons of patience and perseverance endure. The enduring flame, unwavering under the weight of storms, mirrors Hestia's own resilience. No wind, however fierce, nor storm, however grueling, manages to extinguish it, a robust testament to the goddess's enduring spirit. As it flickers undaunted by elemental ruination, the flame encourages strength and tenacity. Its persistence represents bonds that transcend mortal constraints, echoing Hestia's perpetual commitment to uphold and nurture harmony. Thus, Hestia's flame remains a symbol of unity, connection, and perseverance across eternity. This eternal flame signifies not only the elemental physicality of warmth, but also the intangible yet palpable spirit of connectedness and resilience. It shines as a continuous thread weaving through community, undivided by life's ineffable challenges. As we draw close to these symbols, one perceives an unbroken continuity, a harmony that Hestia orchestrates through the gentle touch of unseen threads. binding together the realms of gods and humanity alike. Her subtle hand secures peace, quietly reaffirming her esteemed place as the divine keeper of hearth and home, underlining the inextinguishable presence of her kindness. In such acts and symbols, her influence flourishes not in grandeur or loudness, but in the soothing blessings of stability and peace, experienced in the ordinary glow of a flame. In the age-old stories woven through time, Hestia's influence is whispered amidst hearths both divine and earthly. Her gentle presence is felt by all who find themselves gathered around the comforting glow of her sacred flame. The tales shared at the hearths begin with travelers, weary from their journeys, finding more than mere warmth. They discover hospitality like a soothing balm, the hearth igniting not only fires but friendships that endure beyond the bounds of time and distance. A particular tale tells of a family, fractured by discord, who found solace at Hestia's flame. At a time when the whispers in their home had turned to discordant echoes of argument, the gentle crackling of the hearth became a mediator. Drawn to its warm embrace, the family felt their frictions recede into the background, replaced by quiet conversations and tender reconciliations under Hestia's unseen guidance. It was the flame's quiet power that rekindled the warmth among them, restoring harmony to the household. Another narrative speaks of a city, once embroiled in strife, where division threatened its very foundation. The people, weary of conflict and watching their bonds unravel, clung to one hope: the rights of Hestia. As the eternal flame was embraced at the heart of the city, the influence of its tranquil light began a transformation. The strife that once ruled gradually eased into peace, as if Hestia herself whispered unity among them, wrapping the city in a tapestry of calm. One cannot underestimate the seemingly silent role Hestia's presence plays, for beneath her quietude lies the profound ripple effects felt throughout myth and memory. In that tranquility, legends tell of her subtle maneuvers where diplomacy faltered. In tales of battles and gods' tempers flaring, it was Hestia's soothing aura that tempered clashes, guiding resolutions silently from the background, unnoticed yet indispensable. Hestia's involvement is threaded even through renowned heroic tales, subtly woven into the fabric of mythic destinies. Her influence is suggested in the chronicles of heroes who ultimately sought refuge at the hearths, where plans were whispered under her watchful flame. It is said that while glory and conquest roared loudly, the true wisdom of their paths was sparked by Hestia's gentle embers, providing clarity and thoughtful introspection. Beyond gods and heroes, there are narratives spun from the tapestry of mundane lives. In the humble abodes where Hestia's flame dances, stories unfold of daily struggles eased by her calming presence. From the weaver carefully threading her loom to the farmer tending his fields, each finds the day's efforts blessed by the sacred hearth, a serene nod from Hestia to the virtues of hard work. Harmony. Communities have long shared parables illustrating her virtues, stories which may seem simple, but carry the depth of Hestia's gentle influence. An old farmer speaks of how a neighbor's generosity in time of need mirrored the goddess's giving nature. Within these tales, the virtues praised are not in grand gestures, but in the subtle art of living peaceably, a testament to Hestia's quiet advocacy for goodwill. As the children gather around the hearths today, under the mystical lights of the past and present, the glowing embers continue to whisper Hestia's tales. It's through these retellings that her influence persists, a legacy of warmth imbued into every corner where the hearth remains a symbol of unity. Her virtues and the enduring nature of her flame are both gentle reminders that peace, like the unseen smoke from the hearth, rises to envelop and hold all under its compassionate watch. Amidst the tranquil corridors of an ancient Greek studio, the vibrant essence of Hestia's influence came alive in countless forms. Artists, inspired by her unwavering warmth and silent strength, devoted themselves to crafting tangible representations that celebrated her timeless legacy. The light drizzle outside mirrored a softer rhythm of creation within, where stone, clay, and paint became testament to her eternal grace. Sculptors, with chisels in hand, shaped marble and stone until the essence of Hestia emerged in forms serene and welcoming. Each sculpture captured the gentle curve of her figure, reflecting her grace while embodying the warmth she gives to both heavens and humble homes. The sculptures stood as honorary landmarks in temples, often surrounded by flickering flames that whispered tales of her vigilance over the sacred hearth. Painters, too, found infinite inspiration in Hestia's patience and steadfast dedication. Their canvases spoke of a deity always watchful, capturing moments of divine tranquility as gentle as a caress. The brush strokes revealed keen vigilance, illustrating Hestia overseeing hearth fires that brought both gods and mortals together in unity. Saturated yet calming colors depicted these moments with the timeless accuracy her watch required, paying homage to her spirit of gentle observance. Music also paid tribute to the goddess of the hearth. Composed from melodic harmonies and evocative rhythms, musicians sought to echo the serenity that a warm hearth kindles in the soul. Rich lyre strings and soft flute melodies attempted to emulate the calming crackle of an ever-burning fire, filling the listeners with a sense of security and belonging reflective of Hestia's presence. Vase painters and mosaic artists added their talents to the collection, using pottery to display her significance in everyday life. Their work celebrated the essentials: families gathered around the hearth, clay kilns transforming earthly elements into warmth, and the ever-presence of Hestia's guiding hand in home-centered gatherings. Mosaics, intricate with colored tiles, told stories that weaved throughout the walls of homes and civic spaces, embedding her presence in public consciousness. The temple entrances bore witness to the artistry dedicated to the hearth goddess. Stone carvings adorned these portals, breathing life into mythic scenes where her flame stood prominent amidst celestial gatherings. Scholars and poets etched literary accolades into scrolls, extolling her virtues and wisdom in verses that suffused perfectly structured cadence with deep reverence and admiration for her relentless protection. During festivals, artisans presented specially crafted offerings, reflecting both their gratitude and the communal spirit of the occasions. These crafts served as tribute, while providing everyone from humble acolytes to revered mortals and divine beings a means to connect with the divine aspect of Hestia. Such offerings were interwoven into the festivities, leaving a lasting impression of her gentle yet firm essence in celebrations that fostered togetherness and peace. In municipal design, her influence found subtle yet significant acknowledgement. Cityscapes seamlessly integrated her imagery, whether it be a subtle engraving on a pillar or a large mural portraying the warmth she generously extends to all who seek sanctuary at her hearth. This vital sense of belonging her presence ensured became part of the lifeblood of cities, thriving with her gentle influence visible in symbols carved and set into their very foundations. As artists and craftspeople dedicated their talents to Hestia, her legacy was celebrated and cherished eternally. Through these works, her watchful care, her hearth's warmth, and her unity-promoting spirit were preserved for future ages to admire. The gallery, a serene sanctuary in itself, stood as a summation of inspired human history, strengthened by her enduring threads woven into the creative tapestry of the world. In every piece, from the smallest crafted offering to the grandest temple fresco, the essence of Hestia thrived. Her story continued to unfold across time, reflecting a world imbued with her tranquil and nurturing spirit. As night approached, the gallery's mood shifted from inspired creation to a contemplative peace, leaving visitors with an enduring appreciation for the gentle keeper and her timeless influence. In the heart of the Olympian palace, where the dawn's light gently spills through the ancient columns, the gods gather in reverence around Hestia's ever-burning flame. Among the deities, this hearth serves as a sanctuary, a tranquil space where divine matters are often deliberated with a measure of calm not found in other gatherings. Here, amidst the warm glow, decisions that shape both heaven and earth are contemplated. Hestia's presence offers a calming influence, her gentle yet steadfast nature providing the peace required for reflection and understanding. Every deity, from Zeus to the mightiest of the Olympians, seeks the sanctuary her hearth affords. Zeus, the king of the gods, often pauses to commend Hestia's unwavering devotion. He holds her in high esteem for the consistency she brings to the celestial realm. During gatherings, he openly praises her for the ceaseless commitment to her sacred duties. In doing so, he acknowledges the strength that emerges from her gentle leadership and the vital role her presence plays in maintaining the equilibrium of the divine pantheon. Her flame, symbolic of her duty and diligence, flickers with an enduring light that reflects her eternal promise to foster peace. Ceremonial offerings made by other gods further illuminate Hestia's esteemed place in their celestial hearts. At these sacred ceremonies, deities express their gratitude not merely through words, but with tokens of their respect. A divine grapevine twisted into a symbolic wreath, a goblet filled with nectar, or a carefully crafted piece of art find their home beside her eternal flame. These gestures, simple yet profound, speak volumes of the affection and regard the gods hold for their quiet keeper. Poseidon and Apollo, although once suitors of Hestia, now find themselves in quiet admiration of her unwavering autonomy. They, along with the other gods, have come to respect her choices, recognizing the strength in her decision to remain independent. The divine assembly stands witness to this respect during moments when these gods gather around her hearth, where personal ambitions and old rivalries are set aside, giving way to unity and admiration for the goddess of the hearth. The gods, conscious of the significance of her flame, work collaboratively to ensure that it remains eternal. They take turns guarding it, symbolically underscoring their collective support for Hestia. This cooperation, rare among the divine beings who often find themselves in dispute, stands as a testament to the bond her presence cultivates among them. The flame's perpetual glow serves as a reminder of the harmony that can be achieved when unity prevails. During the Olympian Games, a time when the gods celebrate feats of strength and skill, a tribute is paid to Hestia's unwavering spirit. Amidst the celebrations, the torchbearer begins the ritual by lighting the ceremonial fire from Hestia's flame. It is an honor reserved for the goddess who represents the starting point, the core from which all energy emanates. The flames that roar into life during these games echo her indomitable spirit, a celebration of steadfastness and unity amidst the competition. In celestial ceremonies that unfold within the Olympian halls, Hestia occupies a humble yet revered role. She may not seek attention or demand acclamation, but her influence is pervasive, like the warmth of a hearth felt without needing direct contact. Her humility resonates deeply with the divine community, compelling them to honor not just her visible contributions, but also the invisible threads of peace she weaves among them. Her flame, small yet significant, stands as a pillar around which celestial events are often planned, uniting the divine beings under her subtle guidance. As twilight approaches, the gods slowly disperse, each carrying with them the serenity infused by Hestia's presence. Her influence reverberates in their hearts, a gentle reminder of the stability she embodies. It's not just the flame within the hearth, but the invisible threads of unity and peace that Hestia weaves across the divine and mortal realms that leave a lasting impression. She remains the quiet yet stoic cornerstone of their celestial gatherings, reflecting her essential place within their eternal stories. In the whispering dawn of ancient Greece, the light of the ever-burning hearth reveals its quiet power. Through countless generations, the lighting of the hearth has stood as a sacred tradition, a timeless link between the mortal and divine realms. Hestia, the gentle goddess of the hearth, has watched over these flames with her invisible threads, weaving her influence through the ages. Her presence is not marked by grand monuments or roaring oaths, but by the simple, unbroken line of hearth fires kept alive in homes and temples, year after year, century after century. Within the sacred confines of temples dedicated to her name, Hestia's fire burns eternally. This flame is the very heart of the temple, not just a symbol, but a living essence, a reminder of her enduring promise to both gods and mortals. Pilgrims visit these shrines, finding solace and inspiration in the warmth emanating from her sacred fires. They come seeking her quiet strength, drawn to the serene glow that has illuminated countless rituals and guided innumerable prayers. Hestia's influence extends beyond the physical presence of the flame. It is her unseen hand that has guided transitions throughout history. Her gentle touch, almost imperceptible yet profoundly impactful, can be felt in the peaceful passage of seasons, the steadfastness of family bonds, and the continuity of traditions passed down through ages. Her quiet power is a calming constant, amidst the ever-changing tides of time, reassuring all who gather at her hearth that some things remain unwavering. The stories of Hestia and her flames are told from parent to child, whispered under starlit skies, and retold beside flickering fires. These folk tales, filled with wonder and reverence, echo her gentle virtues. They speak of her role as a nurturing force in times of peace and her calming presence amidst strife, inspiring hope and unity through her quiet endurance. These narratives carry forward her legacy, ensuring that her warmth continues to touch every heart, no matter how distant in time. The cultural significance of hearth-centric rituals remains deeply ingrained in the tapestry of life. Throughout Greece, these traditions are imbued with the spirit of Hestia, fostering a sense of community and shared experience. From grand festivals in bustling cities to the humble lighting of a family fire, each act is a testament to the enduring sanctity of domestic harmony and unity. These rituals are not just remnants of the past, but living practices that keep Hestia's teachings vibrant and relevant. New generations discover the sanctity of home fires, the embodiment of Hestia's everlasting presence. For them, lighting the hearth is a renewal of vows made to the goddess, an act that binds them to the lineage of ancestors who once stood before the same sacred flames. The hearth remains a place of refuge and joy, a source of gentle guidance amidst life's trials, passed down from one set of waiting hands to the next. Hestia's eternal flame serves as a symbol of perpetual hope and unity. It stands resilient against the winds of change and the passage of time, an unyielding beacon in both mortal homes and divine realms. It is a flame that transcends its physical form, embodying the aspiration for peace and connection that thrives in every human heart. As long as her fires burn, Hestia's spirit remains woven into the fabric of both the heavens and the earth, an everlasting influence rooted in the simple yet profound act of keeping the hearth. As dawn begins to stretch its golden fingers across the ancient land, the symbols of Hestia's enduring presence come into gentle focus. Her light, ever hopeful and dawning, casts long shadows over the ruins where her stories were born. Even in the modern world, her essence lingers, reminding all who pass through her ancient terrain of the both ancient and timeless nature of her gentle keeping. The eternal flame of Hestia, a glowing tribute to unity and tranquility, will continue to burn in the narrative of gods and men alike. In the quiet realm of Olympus, the story of Hestia, goddess of the hearth, has reached a reflective pause. Her legacy is woven through the narratives of both gods and mortals, forming an invisible tapestry that binds the two worlds. As the firstborn of Kronos and Rhea, she bore witness to the tumult of the ancient gods and emerged as a pillar of serenity and stability. From her sacred flame, ever burning at the heart of her sanctuary, the divine light spreads its warmth across both celestial and terrestrial realms. Hestia's flame is more than a symbol. It embodies the essence of unity and continuity. This eternal fire serves as a beacon of steadfast peace, influencing divine councils and mortal households. The hearth, central to homes and temples alike, stands as a unifying force in an ever-changing world. Whether illuminating the dignified halls of Olympus or the cozy nooks of ancient Greek homes, it offers a promise of continuity and comfort, a sanctuary amidst the chaos. Within this flame glows a metaphor of inner peace and the feeling of home. It inspires a balanced harmony, one that resonates deeply, aligning swords and shovels alike toward the common good. As the world turns and generations shift, Hestia's influence remains a constant reminder of the tranquil power at the heart of communal life. Her legacy is an invitation for families to gather, to find warmth in shared moments beside their own hearths, mirroring the celestial kinship observed by the gods. In modern hearths, the echoes of ancient fires continue to kindle the ancestral unity experienced by previous generations. Each crackling flame reflects not just the light of fire, but the illumination of countless gatherings over the ages. From the youngest child to the wisest elder, all can find solace and connection in the circle of family provided by the hearth's glow. Here, stories are passed down, wisdom exchanged, and bonds strengthened. Though silent, Hestia offers an enduring promise of sanctuary, ensuring that every hearth holds the potential to rest and restore the soul. Her influence extends subtly, yet powerfully, as a gentle rhythm to which hearts beat in synchronicity. She remains the unspoken presence guarding every threshold, welcoming all who seek refuge in her calming embrace. It is this quiet assurance that cements her role as the gentle keeper of both Olympus and Earth. The regenerative nature of hearth warmth lies in its ability to rekindle spirits and inspire renewal. Through time's passage, it has witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, serving as a perennial reminder of the resilience and rebirth inherent in life cycles. As the hearth continually gathers family together, it perpetuates an age-old circle that nurtures the bonds of kinship and community, ensuring their endurance through ages untold. Thus, as the moon ascends its nightly path and stars whisper their ancient secrets, Hestia continues her nurturing vigil from the heights of Olympus. Her flame flickers silently, yet its influence stretches far and wide, uniting hearts across realms. The hearth, both physical and metaphorical, remains the focal point of family life, a testament to her quiet strength and dedication. And so, in the gentle glow of firelight, the circle of family endures, each member held by the warmth of ancestral flames. This flame, immortalized in myth and memory, guides us onward, a beacon in the night, forever in the care of the gentle keeper. Hestia's eternal presence ensures that every heart can find light and unity in the hearth, a sacred space of protection and peace, reigniting hope and harmony from Olympus to every home.